Delivering that letter turned out to be a bit bothersome, eh? I'm glad you're still in one piece, Hans.
Likewise.
Good God, what carnage!
Sir Peter, praise the Lord you're alive.
You have no idea how pleased I am to see you, Hanush.
You can celebrate. The Pragas are fleeing for their lives.
What is there to celebrate? They destroyed my fortress and they stole whatever they could, including that accursed silver of yours. So much suffering, and for nothing.
Chin up! Could have turned out a lot worse. We put you in an unenviable bind, Sir Peter. I'm extremely grateful for the way you behaved. That goes for all of you. You showed great courage and determination. I'm proud to have been your commander in this uneven fight. And to you, Sir Hanush, I say thank you for saving us in the nick of time.
You have nothing to thank anyone for. You're the heroes here. You withstood the attack of the enemy, who outnumbered you in arms and numbers. You didn't give up under any circumstances. Not even hunger broke you. But talking of hunger, we have food enough for everyone. It's time to feast and celebrate.
Thank you for these gifts, sir. And you, Henry, risked your life to rescue us. That's what I call heroism.
Well, it wasn't just me. Samuel was the first to volunteer.
If it weren't for Henry, I certainly wouldn't be here with you. Learn to accept praise for once, Porter. You deserve it.
You both deserve it. Lord Hanush, will you drink to victory with us?
I'd like to, but I can't. I have to set off back to Rattay today. I actually only came to give you my greetings. And my farewells.
You really can't stay. Some rooms are still in good condition. I'd be glad to honor you with what I can.
I'm afraid not, Sir Peter. Some other time, maybe. I've been away from home too long, and I'm needed there. But before I go, I need to speak to the young lord here. Alone.
Talk to me? What about?
You most likely don't even realize how much your situation has changed. And how your importance has grown.
My importance? How do you mean?
Patience. All in good time. Henry, you're a blacksmith's boy. Do you think you could give me some advice?
Advice about what, sir?
I had a new sword made in Summerpish before we left, and I thought I'd try it out. But those proud fuckers all wore heavy armor. One battle and the blade's like a saw. The blacksmith swore he made it from the best steel. Look at it. I get the feeling he lied to me.
You're right. It's nicely ornamented, that's true. But I can't see any folded steel. No doubt the blacksmith thought the sword was only for display in a banqueting hall.
That damned swindler. He'll see. He'll repay every last groschen. Thanks, Henry. You're a credit to your trade. And no word of a lie.
Do you want the sword sharpened?
Well, I originally wanted to shove it up the swindler's ass. But I can probably do that anyway. And traveling through the countryside with a blunt sword could be a mistake. Will you take care of it?
Of course, sir.
Excellent. I'd be grateful. And then I need to discuss something important with you. It's about Hans. Once you're finished, come and join us by the horses in front of the gate. And no eavesdropping. Some things are not for your ears.
Henry, come and see me too. I want to talk to you.
Are you injured? I could take a look.
Let him catch his breath, for Christ's sake. He just needs to eat and drink his fill. He's one of us now. Another hungry wolf from the devil's pack. Ha 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 ha!
Go with God, friends. I hope we will meet again.
Farewell, Hanush. God bless you.
Come with me, Hans. Let's not lose a moment.
Hold it off, Shishka.
We all do.
Don't give me that. You were in command. I'd have lost everything without you.
Well, without me, your fortress wouldn't be in ruins.
For the love...
Okay.
months, I looked at the husband's camp.
Oh, you bet your ass I'm gonna listen and eavesdrop. Can I? That's cool.
I don't think it's the right time yet.
So all we achieved means nothing. You're going to be treating me like a child.
It means a lot. I'm proud of you. But as your guardian, someone who's supposed to stand in for your father, I have to think of your future.
My future? My future? And my future is marriage to some woman I don't know.
She's not just some woman. She's from a noble family, powerful and rich. I couldn't find you a better match if I tried. If your father were alive, he'd want...
I know you have to read the subtitles. I'm not gonna move it any closer though.
Because I knew him. And because he wasn't a fool. Sucker.
So, to you, I'm a fool. Am I? I'm a fool because I don't want to marry someone I've never even seen.
That's the way of the world. Being born with noble blood means you have certain duties.
Duties? Like what?
Like not marrying the first slut who opens her legs for you. Like building up your family's wealth. Like understanding that marriage is politics.
Politics?
Yes, politics. You will marry Yitka of Kunstadt, just as I've arranged with Moshe.
But he's only her uncle. What if her father's against it?
Old Herod would be mad to refuse and go against Moshe. And my word is my word. Because you're going to get married, and that's that. Until then, nothing changes.
Oh, I wish that arrow would hit me in the head.
Don't talk nonsense.
What if I don't like her?
So what? You won't be the first or last nobleman with an ugly wife. There's a solution to everything. And you'll get used to it in time.
In time? In time? And after the wedding, you'll hand over everything to me. Ratai, Perkstein.
After the wedding, I'll convene the council of nobles your father picked and recommend that they decide in your favor. That's a promise. Are we agreed then?
I agree.
Glad to hear it. And now, Henry.
Henry what? He says, and now Henry.
Jizka,
Henry, I'm glad you found the time.
what did you want to talk to me about?
About your future. I've commanded countless men, and no doubt I'll command many more. But you, Henry, you have something the others didn't. The heart of a real warrior. I know you're still in the service of
It's
Lord
called being a
Perkstein
player
and have
character.
duties to carry out in
The-
that
the
regard,
main character.
but I wanted to
The
tell
MC.
you, if that ever changed, I would be honored if you stood by my side as my right-hand man.
Thanks for the offer, but I have to stay with Capon. I'm his aide, after all.
I understand. But if that changes, my offer stands.
What are your plans now?
Now, let's celebrate our victory properly. Then we'll go back to the Devil's Den and get some rest. I'll leave any further negotiations to Jobst and Radzig, but it's not over yet. The King and Prokop of Luxembourg are still prisoners, and it's hard to say whether Sigismund will want to release them. Maybe we'll have more work to do. And that's why I'd like to have you close by.
What did you think of the final battle?
Nothing. I didn't see much of it, but even through the fortress walls, I could hear they didn't have a chance against you.
You could tell that by what you heard.
I hear the grass grow. I can find my way just by listening, with eyes closed if necessary. That comes in very handy when you're captured and blindfolded.
I hear we lost the silver.
They got to it yesterday. If only you'd arrived one day sooner. What can we do? I reckon God wanted us to stay poor. We'll have to look for a way to make a living like we used to.
I found Brabant in the camp. He was torturing Sam. I killed him.
I'm glad you did. I haven't been betrayed like that for ages. Such a buffoon. I never realized what he was really like. Oh well, a lesson learned. At least he can no longer deceive anyone like he did us. After what he did to Ada, that's all he deserved.
I see you came through unscathed.
It is a miracle. Since meeting you, I've been taken prisoner, shot, almost executed, starved to death. I expected I would lose an arm, at least.
I'd say we're quits, wouldn't you? You saved me in the Italian court, and now I saved you.
Is this your subtle way of suggesting I should leave?
No, that's not what I meant. I'll be glad if you stay with us. If you want to, that is.
I'm glad you will not forbid me from staying.
Well then, you still don't regret joining us?
I regretted that from the first minute, friend. I have successfully avoided situations like this all my life. But now and then, it is not possible. And if I have to choose between a gilded cage with Sigismund or uncertainty here with you, my choice is clear.
What were the last few days like? Did you lose a lot of men?
What is a lot? Even one death is more than enough. But if you had not come, it would have been much worse.
What's your plan now? Head out into the world again?
I would like to stay here for a while. All I have seen in your country is death. So now I want to discover its beauty. Do you think Catherine would be my guide? I'm sure she would show me things I would like.
I better be off.
It was good to see you, Henry. Very good.
You'll be all right. Don't you worry.
Catherine, you alright?
I'm all right. Oh, thank God you came back safe and sound. And you didn't come alone and brought us salvation. Of course.
Well, the last few days here in the fortress must have been awful. How did you get through them?
The same as everyone else, I suppose. I just tried to stay alive. We got hungrier and hungrier. But you forget about that after a while. You even get kind of used to seeing death at every step. The worst thing was the feeling of powerlessness. I'm used to being in control.
I killed Brabant.
Good.
Good.
It's good he paid for what he did. It's good he can't harm anyone again. But I'm sad for every horrible deed we do to put right other horrible deeds. It's wrong. Even so, I think there was no other option.
You're right. You have no idea how right you are. I wanted to tell you that, you're one of the bravest women I ever met.
Oh, come now.
No, it's true. After all you've been through, never complained, and everything you've done for us, we couldn't have done it without you. I wouldn't be able to do it. Thank you, and I hope you'll get to know peace now. You deserve it.
What's come over you? Nobody ever said anything like that to me.
They should have, though.
Thank you. What did you mean, one of the bravest? Who else did you have in mind?
Someone from back home. I think you'd like her. I'll tell you about her one day. What's your plan now?
Now? The simple things in life. A long bath, a good meal, brush my hair.
I need all that as well. I was talking about the future.
I'll stay with Zizka. He's all I've got. I'll go where he goes.
I have to go and see Hanush now.
So I heard. Farewell for now, Henry.
So, we made it, Sam.
Aye, we made it. But only just in time. And we lost the silver. That's what pisses me off the most.
I'm not exactly delighted either. But that's not why we did it. And we're alive.
That's true. But it could have gone very differently. I'm in your debt, Bruder. I'll never forget this.
What debt? You're my brother. Brabant is dead?
Genau. Though it's a huge pity I couldn't help you and could only watch. I still don't understand how anyone could have deceived me like that. Such a liar! It should have been obvious what he was like. Justice was done. Borech Hashem.
Yeah, they took our silver. But maybe it's better that way. Fortunes lead to bad blood.
Well, I'd prefer if the Geld was in good hands. It could have helped. The king, our people, your people. But now the Prague rabble are going to share it. You're right, though. Maybe they'll quarrel over it and cut each other's throats.
What will you do now?
My mother in Kolin and all the others will need me. We'll make a new start there. And that'll be a lot of work. I don't know if anyone will return to Kuttenberg.
What about the Devil's Pack?
That was great. If you can call what we went through great. But I'm neither a warrior nor a mercenary.
What do you plan to do in Kolin?
Whatever's necessary. The same as in Kuttenberg, most likely. My people need someone who can stand up for them. Because there will always be some who want to put them down. That's life, nicht wahr?
I have to go now, Sam. Take care.
Sei gesund, sir.
Hey, they're both alive.
Weren't it? I don't understand how we're still alive.
I suppose the Lord was watching over us.
Aye, that's twice now.
Is the hunter still alive? Oh, I don't see him anywhere. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm guessing the knacker is also dead, right?
No need to sharpen this. Here I am, sir.
Let's take a look at it. Good work, Henry. You're a blacksmith through and through.
Thanks, sir.
So now, to the reason I wanted to talk to you. As you no doubt know, there's a big change in store for Hans. He's getting married.
He has to get married.
Has to, wants to, it doesn't matter. He's going to. As you can see, he's none too pleased.
I'm not really surprised. If he can't choose his wife.
Exactly.
Henry, I realize you're not familiar with the business of arranged marriages among the nobility. So don't poke your nose in. Nobody's forcing you into one. It's clear that if it were up to him, he'd keep putting off the wedding in the hope I'd change my mind. But I won't. I've given my word to Lord Botsek of Kunstad, and I don't break my word. So your job, Henry, when the time comes, is to make sure the wedding actually takes place. And if our young lord refuses, you have my permission to drag him kicking and screaming to the altar if need be. After all, who else should take care of him other than the young lord's squire, eh?
That's right. Who else? But I'm not happy about it.
No one's asking you to be. Just make sure he doesn't run away or something. Clear?
I understand.
Excellent. Agreed.
And when is it supposed to happen?
You'll find out in good time. In the meantime, stay in these parts till Butchek and I arrange all the details with Herald.
I thought we were going back to Ratai.
We'd just be losing time. I'll give you coin so you can find decent quarters and have enough to live on. Radzig also agrees you'll stay with Capon as his right-hand man.
All right. Where is my father, in fact?
Somewhere in the fields outside the village. He took his unit to rout the last of the Pragas. They should be back around now, I reckon. You could go to meet him. He'll definitely be pleased to see you. He'll want to hear how you fared today. And he won't be disappointed if you ask me. Go with God, then. And don't forget what we said.
Safe journey, Hanush. And send my regards to Bernard.
Thank you for the encouragement before my journey. And don't worry about the wedding. It had to happen one day.
Oh, bloody Hanush.
What did Hanush talk to you about?
Various things. You don't need to know everything, Henry.
Oh, come on. You can tell me. You know you've always been able to rely on me. Now, maybe we've had the odd quarrel, but that's water under the bridge now. Your secret's safe with me.
Secret? Ugh. I don't know if you can call it a secret. I'd say it's already the talk of the town in Ratai. Hanush told me he has no intention of handing over what's mine. Not until I get married, at least.
Wasn't he supposed to hand it over when you reach maturity? No strings attached?
Yes, he was. And I'm not happy. But what can I do? Have him dragged before the king's court? Either I fulfill his condition, or I force him to drop it. Oh, I have to think this through.
What are we going to do about the wedding?
What can we do? Nothing. You heard what Hanush said. He doesn't want anyone to accuse him of not keeping his word. He promised Bocek he'd marry me to his niece, so that's what he's going to do. I'm not sure what to do. After what happened. You know? I mean, me and you. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out. I'm still young. I want to have fun. And instead of that, I have to marry some wench I've never seen. Also, she's bound to be ugly. She'd have been married off ages ago otherwise. Damn it!
I wouldn't be so pessimistic.
Aye. But on the other hand, she's rich.
Yeah, maybe she'll be pretty as well.
No chance. I'm not that lucky. I've been thinking, though, if I get married and have a son, I'll name him after you.
After me?
Heinrich.
In German?
Ah, you see, it's in fashion at court these days. And what have you got to complain about? You should be pleased. Or would you rather I name him Vachelin?
No, I'm pleased. Honestly. I hope he turns out to be a great man.
Of course he will. He'll take after me. He'll perform great deeds, you can be sure of that.
What was it like before we turned up? Must have been hard.
It was fucked up. I was hit by an arrow. And then we were just stuck in the fortress with no food. But you know what? I didn't even remember Nabokov. That escape through the crypt from the Italian court cured me.
I'm glad to hear it.
I was really worried about you.
Likewise. We lost all the silver.
We couldn't save it. As soon as they got into the courtyard and basement, it was clear we'd lose it. But still, the main thing is that you came back safe and sound.
What about your injury? You said you got hit.
Godwin pulled the arrow out straight away. It didn't go in too deep, thankfully. I was wearing armor, and in the fray, I didn't even think of it. It's only starting to hurt now, in fact.
Do you want me to take a look at it later?
Why not? That's kind of you.
I found Brabant in the camp.
Brabant? What? I thought he turned tail. That would have been just like him.
I suppose he really cared about the silver.
And? What happened?
He caught Sam. He was going to kill him. I finished him.
Oh, I hope he suffered.
He begged, whined, whimpered.
I hope Ada enjoyed looking down on that.
I shot him in the head. He didn't do any of that.
What are your plans now?
I'm in no hurry for the courtship, believe you me. We need to stay in this region, so we'll hole up somewhere for a while. At the Devil's Den, say. Or we'll find something more private. And when the time comes and Hanush summons me for the courtship, I'll send a message saying I'm seriously ill.
Do you think he'll fall for it?
I'm sure he will the first time. Then we'll see.
You could do something that makes Yitka not want you.
Good idea.
I'll have to be on my way. Stay strong.
I will. Send my regards to Radzik.
Honestly, this is a pretty nice wrap up.
So bad!
Oh, you're dead. Oh, you're dead too. No, he's unconscious. I'm not gonna kill him though. I thought that the marker was where I was supposed to go to talk to Radzik, but I guess not.
The story is ended. So, are you happy now?
I'm happy. Victory is ours.
But at what price?
War is a dirty business. No one has the power to change that. I didn't understand that before. But I do now.
I know that feeling. I tried to tell you about it. But I reckon there are some things you've got to figure out for yourself.
For instance, revenge.
Should I have sat back and done nothing? After everything that happened?
Whatever you did, it was your decision.
It's right that you dealt with Istvan tough. To hell with the sword, but that bastard had it coming. But I'm a little afraid that revenge might have become the only thing you care about. Brabant and Owlitz deserve to be punished, but death darkens the mind.
He chose his path. We can't reproach him for that.
But sometimes it's better not to play by their rules. Better not to be like them. And turn the other cheek.
The other cheek? They deserved it. I must have sworn 1,000 times never to turn a blind eye to evil, let alone run from it. And that's what guided my actions.
You behaved as your conscience dictated. Nobody can reproach you for that.
You chose a different path than I'd like. But I'm not the one to judge you. I hoped you wouldn't make the same mistakes as me. But I suppose it's the times you live in. You accepted war, and war accepted you.
I wouldn't say I had any choice, Father.
But you killed innocent people, more than once. Malashov, Samin. How could you do such a thing?
I had to do it. If I'd stopped it, other people would have died. My friends, my comrades in arms, brothers, and I'd do the same again.
All right. You avenged an evil act. But you behaved like a bandit. Plundering and robbing poor wretches. Oh, my son.
So what? I have no regrets. What do those yokels matter? Why should I feel sorry for them? I'd do it again if I had to.
Oh, Henry. Henry.
No, don't leave.
You trampled everything I taught you underfoot. You've turned into the very thing you wanted to take vengeance against. You're just like Istvan. Farewell.
I mean, I did have him do very bad stuff.
So, this time it seems it really is the end.
Father.
You did it. You got them. Toth, Van Owlets. Even that damned scavenging ginger fox is gone. Your mother and Martin would surely be proud of you.
Perhaps. In a way.
Of course they would. You avenged them. You prevented a war, you saved a lot of people, and after all that, you're still in one piece. That's not a bad performance for an ordinary bastard. You even succeeded in getting that adventurous sword of ours back.
Your sword.
I improved it a little bit.
It all started with this. Martin truly was a brilliant blacksmith. It sings so nicely. But it's not singing for me. It's yours, son.
What happens now?
Now? Now we'll get on with life. Do you remember what I told you? That there are some things in the world worth living for. Blue skies, warm sunshine, green grass underneath your feet, beautiful girls,
Good wine, good people, and a fine steed underneath your backside, yeah.
Enjoy it while you can. I can assure you nothing lasts forever. And if you're missing that excitement now, which I'm sure you are, you can be certain that it'll find us again itself one day. I believe there are interesting times still ahead of us.
We still got one more game to do.
That buxom lass that you were with?
Well, Catherine? Oh, come on. She's old enough to be my mother.
So what? I think you could do with a bit of mothering. Besides, a well-built lass like that, she'll see you through the hardest of times.
Oh my god. That feels so good. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a game and a half right there. And I guarantee you I missed things. Obviously, there are certain paths I didn't do. I'm not going to replay this entire thing just to do the other option. But what I have done was really cool. The story of this game is great. It's so good. It's like watching a movie, a really good movie. And every time I play this, it always ends up with like an hour at least of just talking and cutscenes. And a lot of people will be put off by that. But the writing is so good in this, in my opinion, that it's not as bad as you think it is. It's like watching a TV episodes, you know, intertwined with like gameplay, and it's so much fun. My biggest problem about this game, and you've heard it time and time again during this Cheathrough, I don't like the difference between gameplay Henry and cutscene Henry. It's such a huge difference. Henry in gameplay is just an absolute beast. He is a angel of death. And then cutscenes is just him losing every single time. And the formula for this game is, if they want you to win a fight, they will let you play out that fight through gameplay. If they don't want to win you that fight, they throw you into a cutscene to where Henry gets freaking bodied. And it's just so annoying and stupid, and it just, ugh. I just want a game to acknowledge how powerful the character that you're playing is. I just want a game that does that. You know? Like, one day I'll get it. I don't think I've played a game that has acknowledged that is heavily story-based. Okay? It needs to be heavily story-based, like Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it needs to acknowledge the fact that you are so strong. Even when I took out all of the guards in that camp, no one mentioned it. No one talked about it. It's like, what? That is so ridiculous. I killed 100 people in that camp by myself, and no one even mentions it. What? Oh, that's so dumb, because a whole freaking pop-up showed and everything, and I guarantee you what that changed was the decision for you was probably go and save Sam and leave the camp, and then that last ending cutscene would be completely different. They would have been overrun and people would have died or some shit. But because I killed everyone in the camp, I got the cutscene that what would have happened if you left Sam there, right? So yeah, now I'm wondering, like, I killed everyone and then I leave Sam. He shouldn't even have died, because like, everyone is dead, you know? And the fact that you can't just take him somewhere far away, right? Like, you can just bring him to the church and then just leave him there and so he can recover. Like, I wonder if you can do that. I don't know. And I wish you, I know, like, that's one thing I kind of want to do, is just take him out of the camp, leave him at the church, and then just go by yourself. I wonder if that would save Sam and gives you the best cutscene possible after taking out everybody in the camp. I don't know. So yeah, another big problem that, it's not really a big problem for me, but I guarantee it's a big problem for a lot of people, and that is there's too much talking. It's literally, it's a problem because so much of the game is talking and resolving problem through talking. Right? So, like, I'm trying to think about, like, how many situations can you just kill yourself out of that isn't specifically telling you to kill yourself out of? And that is very few. If a situation is a diplomatic situation, you have to do it diplomatically. Like, you can't just kill them, at least not from what I experience. Of course, there might be exceptions, but from what I experience, you have to kill them. And you have to talk to them, or if you kill them, the quest just fails. So yeah. Another thing about this game is that you can't play true evil Henry. You can make evil decisions, like, you know, letting Samin die and killing everybody in the town, but you can't just literally be like bandit style Henry going around killing everybody in sight. there are like invincible people out there that you can't touch. That's lame. And I understand that this is a linear story in an open world. That's what you have to understand. This is not an open like story that you can have a lot of decisions in, that you can change a lot of major scenes in this game in a significant way. So because of that, a lot of the set pieces are unchangeable. So they have to make you play through the game in like a semi-restricted way. You can change certain aspects of the cutscenes, but not in like a dramatic way, like as if you kill the Lord of Sameen right before the wedding, or you just fucking murder Von Burgo when he's in the fortress. Like, you can't do those things, right? And understandable, because even Skyrim didn't have that much freedom, but that is another problem about this game, right? Yeah. So honestly, it's just really good. Other than what I've mentioned, everything else about this game is great.
Jai Devil is a hell of a marksman. I'd bet my right arm that, drunk as he is, he could still hit anything you care to point out. Remember Von Orlitz? Now, you really bet your right arm. In fact, I will go further. Hinek. Your crossbow.
No.
Come in, Rayon! I heard about some William fella who shot an apple off someone's head. Or was it Walter?
At least take that. Okay.
Oh, come on!
Shut up! You're wasted. Never seen you this bad.
How's that apple still above him?
This will go down in history.
Hinek, you fucking moron! Oh,
fuck.
Oh my god, that was funny. Okay. But yeah, the side quests in this game are also fantastic. I love that the side quests in the first part of the game ties into the wedding in like not significant ways, but like in minor ways that lets you get to know the people that were going to be at the wedding, and they react to you differently at the wedding if you do their side quests. The side quests in the first part of the game way better than the side quests in the second part of the game. Second part of the game side quests are okay, but it didn't really tie much into like the main quests or any of the big scenes in the main quest much. And that is kind of sad, right? The quality of the side quests, in my opinion, dropped in the second part of the game. They are more isolated from one another instead of being like connected with one another, right? However, I would say that the main story in the second part of the game way better than the first part of the game. Like significantly better in the first part of the game. Obviously, right? You're involved in a much bigger situation. A lot more is at stake, and the scenes and set pieces are much more grandeur than the first one, to where it's just a freaking wedding. So, yeah. Potions. Kind of wish that they added more to the game. Like I want Henry to would have been able to, I don't know, make bombs, for example. You know, like that would have been cool to create bombs that can throw into clusters of enemies or into the middle of enemy camp. You know, or smoke bombs or stuff like that. That would have been cool. Maybe next game. Maybe next game. The guns are completely useless. Same thing with heavy crossbows. Siege crossbows, I think that's what they're called, are completely ridiculously bad because the bow is so strong. The bow already killed every single enemy with one shot. So why are you using a gun and why are you using a crossbow when a bow kills everything in one shot anyways? So yeah, it made the gun and the crossbow useless. And the crossbow, the heavy crossbow, overlap with the gun in terms of like what they're used for. The heavy crossbow is supposed to be a slow loading weapon that penetrates through armor. That's the gun. Okay? So yeah. But honestly, other than that, everything else is great. Voice acting is great. The world's great. The quests individually and together are great. The story is interesting to watch. And like I said, every time I play this, I feel like I just sat down for 5+ hours and just watched like 6 episodes of a TV series. And that's just great. So yeah. The combat in this game, much better than the first one. Oh my god, thank you. They improved the combat so much. It's so much more fluid in my opinion compared to the first one. The melee combat in the first game was not my favorite. I still played mainly range in the first game. But in this game, I don't mind getting into melee. So, you know. They should put me at the main menu, right? Oh, another cutscene. Great.
What is it?
Sire, I bear news from the Italian court. There's been a robbery.
What?
Apparently Margrave Yob's people, they freed the hostages and stole all the silver and vanished.
All our silver?
All of it, but that's not all, sire. Word has come that Jobst is mustering an army and is planning to go to the aid of Kuttenberg.
Oh, that treacherous little whore. That snake. That fucking turncoat! Get out! What are you still standing there? Spit it out!
Sire, Ladislaus of Naples, he's declared himself King of Hungary and lays claim to your lands. He landed at Zadar with an army.
Anything else?
Well, your Cumans plundered the estates of the House of Wallstein. The widow Anna is demanding compensation.
Compensation? Compensation she wants, that little widow? And how are we supposed to pay that when there's no one even capable of guarding our treasury in the middle of fucking town? Anything else?
No, sire, that's all, sire.
This fucking country! Fucking Bohemian! Hard-headed, insidious bastard!
I feel so bad for this guy.
That's the whole fucking truth of them! lost in their own containment!
We're going back to Hungary. Get packed immediately and give the orders.
Sire, how am I to pay the wages of the Prague troops?
Do you know what happened to our silver from the Italian court?
I do.
Then fucking get it back! Give it to the Pragas for all we care. Do whatever you like with this accursed Czech silver.
But sire, I would need something to see.
You finish the main story of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Schutzstahl is liberated, and the Wenceslas forces, under the command of Jobs of Luxembourg and Radzik Kobila, march to Prague. The pro-Sigmund coalition has fallen apart, and Otto von Burgo's Praggers are negotiating a truce. Together with Zika's band, you are back in the Devil's Den. If you wish, you can return to completing the unfinished side quests and exploring Kuttenberg and Trotsky region. Ladies and gentlemen, I am done. We're not playing this. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I see that there are two shields overlapping one another. Oh no, that's like outside of it. So it's not the same, not something new. But these one, yeah, we're not doing that. One of them is a tournament, one of them is a shooting competition, and the other is like a quest that's locked behind something that won't unlock for me because I kill these people over here. So what is this? Why is there a new quest in Pichitaki? Wait a goddamn second.
Come and take your pick. New wares.
Good to see you.
Oh, right.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
Good day to you.
Yeah, so so he's broken as well. So I don't know what quest he was supposed to give, but he's not. Yeah, there's a few quests that are broken in my playthrough. So with that, I would say that this game it's like a solid 9 out of 10. It's the score I would give it, you know? And yeah, so everything is great. Anyways, guys, that has been 110 hours. Hang on, I can show you. Yeah, 105 hours. I did reload a lot at the beginning and in some sequences, so for me it's actually a little bit over 110 hours of this game. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, this game is fantastic. It's great. I'm having that feeling of like sadness that a good game is over. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time for another game. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.